Yo, this is Chris Richards. Today I'll be doing a jersey tour thanks to classic football shirts. So yeah, let's take a look. This one right here, gotta be the GOAT, Tim Howard, Everton goalie jersey. If I was a betting man, I'd say it's a Tim Howard jersey. Bang, yeah. Tim Howard, I think when you think of American goalies, I think a lot of people around the world think about Tim Howard. Iconic goalie for us. I remember watching him in the 2014 World Cup against Belgium. I think that was very much a statement game for Tim Howard. If you didn't know who he was before then, you definitely knew who he was after then. So everybody that I know who knows Tim knows about how hard of a worker he was, and just kind of a pioneer. So yeah, big up Tim. All right, so I'm thinking it's definitely a goalie. I mean, it's padded, so I want to say Brad Friedel, or is it Brad Friedel? Let's go with that. Yeah, Brad Friedel. Again, I mean, one of the GOATs of USA goalkeeping. He must have been the first American at Liverpool. If he's not, I mean, I think it's dope regardless. Such a historic, iconic club like Liverpool. For us to have an American goalie there at one point is amazing. I think when you think, again, of American national team, I think historically you think of great goalies, and he's definitely one of the guys that set it off. So. See, goalies are meant to be like these hardcore guys, like get bruises everywhere, this and that, but the padded is crazy. I think us being American, there probably was a lot of padding in it, but Brad took it out because he's a tough guy, so it makes sense. I think there's only one, huh? Claudio Reyna? Yeah, Claudio Reyna. Spent a lot of time with Gio through the national team, and yeah, I mean, through Gio, I've kind of learned a lot about his dad. I mean, I think all these guys that we're going to see are really important to our national team at one point, but I think his generation was the first one to kind of put us on to the Premier League, put us on to kind of the world football stage. So, Sig Top, also really nice person. Met him a few times, like I said, national team camps. The Reyna family is very, very prominent when it comes to U.S. soccer. Also, man, the old jerseys back in the day were swaggy. I mean, like the oversized joint. Claudio, I'm not gonna lie, I met you in person. I don't know if extra large was your size or not, but if it was oversized ting, then I like it. I respect it. But this is cold. They don't make jerseys like this anymore, man. If anybody wants to get at me to make a jersey in the future, I got a few ideas. So this could go one of like 12 ways. All right. Nah, this is an old head. I'm gonna say Brian McBride. That's my guess. Oh, Bocanegra. Ooh, okay. Very integral defender for the national team for a lot of years. So I'm so sorry that I didn't recognize the jersey straight away. But Fulham, again, this could have been Tim Reams for sure. I don't know, Tim, you've been playing for a long time. This could have been yours. This one is mad though. I don't even think I have a guess for you. I don't know. I think I have to cheat right here. Oh, I don't want to be embarrassed though. And I was just shouting out Brian. Yo, Brian McBride, legend. Wow, I had no idea. That's props, Brian. I worked a lot with him through U.S. Soccer, through the national team. I think we had a camp at Columbus Crew, and see his picture everywhere. And people always speak really highly of Brian. Brian, come over to London. Come watch a Palace Fulham game. Brian McBride, amazing guy, amazing player. I can't say too many nice things about him. Landon Donovan. Number 9. Again, when people think of U.S. soccer as a whole, I think Landon Donovan is one of the first names that comes up. He's scored a lot of goals for not just club, but for national team. A guy who kind of led this generation, and he's very influential, not just for fans of whatever team he was playing for, but also for young Americans, and kind of showed us that it was also possible for outfield players to play in the Premier League from the U.S. So, he was dictating. That was kind of his game, and whether it was for club or country, like I said, he was just very influential. An amazing player. Yeah, this is a mad one right here. There's no chance Josie Altidore was wearing this top. This dude in person is a beast. Again, when we talk about the generation that inspired us Americans, Josie is definitely among those guys. I mean, like I said, Landon, Josie, Clint. Again, these are guys who are doing it at the highest level, and really inspiring. Again, Josie is amazing guy. Was an amazing player. The number 9, that was difficult to play against. People hated him. So I mean, if people hate your number 9, then that means that he was doing a pretty good job. So Josie Altidore, Sunderland top. Josie, I'm so sorry I got this wrong. I was thinking the whole city. I wasn't thinking of Sunderland, but yeah, crazy. All right, this one stinks of Christian Pulisic, so I'm just gonna turn it around. Yeah, CP. I guess when we think about this generation before, we were looking for somebody to continue to push a narrative, and CP for me is definitely the guy who did that. He kind of our starboard for the national team, but I think when he really was putting himself on the map was at Chelsea. I think he's the first American to play in a Champions League final and to win it. Our main goal, our main reason to come play in Europe, to come play in the Prem was to show kids back home that it's doable, and then to push the next generation. And every guy here has done that. And Christian is definitely one of those guys who's continuing to do it. You'll know where I'm from, dog. It's gotta be Clint. Yeah, Clint Dempsey. That has to be the most iconic saying. This guy's gonna come out here and he's ready to kill you. Like that was just his mentality. He got out the mud and he wasn't afraid to show you that. So I think he kind of brought the nastiness that maybe that us Americans typically have, but maybe maybe the Premier League was lacking. Clint, the iconic Premier League Barclays thing with the velvet number on the back. I don't like that, but this is a top jersey, iconic jersey. All of these guys have helped create a lot of memories for me. But between Landon Donovan and Clint Dempsey and Josie Altidore, those are probably the 2010, 2014-ish era was the one that really made me fall in love with the game. It makes me proud to be American, especially when it comes to playing football. So the GOAT, I like this jersey. It's sick. 23, GOAT number, sick. You really got to be on a diet plan if you're wearing the skin tight jerseys. You can't be eating too many fries, things like that, because you will see everything that you ate in this skin tight jersey. Some people can't pull it off. Clint did it though, so.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.